respect boundaries with your employees. We found ourselves, and this I believe is particularly problematic over what we've experienced in the last year, where we've not been able to detach ourselves from work, right? So many of us are working at home, or even if we're going into the office, we're not able to experience the other things that we would have done in life. It's difficult to get together with friends. It's difficult to see family. And so what we've often done is fill that void with work and more work. And the number one mistake I see business leaders making is that they've now lost a sense of boundaries, and they're sending emails at all hours of the day, or they're not giving their employees permission to disconnect. And that is the number one tip that I believe, not only through the current times, but as we move forward, if we want to be successful in leading a remote workforce, it's giving people permission to turn things off.
Pull together a really strong framework for how people should work and what we expect. And in this code of conduct that we've developed, we've got 6 main areas to look at. And they're for both the customer and the employee and the organization. And they range from some very simple things through to more complex things like who's covering employee liability? How's that working from home? Are employees' mortgages or rental agreements affected? Are people having the right environment to work in, so that in a year's time, organizations are not having large insurance claims for RSI, stress-created situations? But more important than that, that we look after our employees' mental health. So my big top tip for you when it comes to working from home is to maybe take this framework and build a code of conduct for your team and for your organization, get it agreed by, obviously, HR, get your employees to buy into it, but more importantly, understand the commitments that it really does take for long-term working from home, not just the roll your sleeves up, all hands to the deck, it's working well.
I heard a really nice one from Philips, although this probably they probably just had an excess of these in stock or something, but they sent everyone, as we got into the winter months, they sent everyone an SAD light. So SAD is seasonal affective disorder, which is basically people suffering from not getting enough daylight. So you can buy these really nice lamps that sit on your desk that give off this almost ethereal light, which helps people to feel more positive and feel more like it's summer, which I thought was a nice touch. But even just sending, little food treats, or it sounds like I'm sending it for dogs or something, but food treats and thank you notes can go a long way when you're kind of lacking that face-to-face interaction, just really making sure people know that you're there for them.
The first thing is ask your employees individually what they need. Everyone needs something different. Some people are at home with family and actually they're doing really well, and some people are totally isolated. So ask each and every one of them what they need, how they want to interact. Is it via telephone, via video, via chat? What's their preferred channel? And providing them then a range of methods where you can support them.
And I think what the pandemic and the lockdowns has really proven is the importance and the value in trusting your team. So the words "I trust you" goes incredibly far. And in order to trust your team, you demonstrate that by focusing on the outcomes, not the inputs. I think you'll find that discretionary effort comes with being trusted. People are focused too much on the literal translation of proximity. So, kind of replacing team meetings and stand-ups with Zoom calls, for example. Actually, trusting your team to do what matters is the critical thing to focus on.